So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZWGames5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Dale here from Untitled Games, bringing you the brand new TCG exclusive, and that is Dream Mirrors. Now Dream Mirrors came out in Rising Rampage, brand new, picked most of this up from my sneak peek. The only thing that I'm missing are a couple more of these guys, but I have proxied them for this profile just so I can get it out to you guys so you can see what the new TCG deck can do. It's actually very, very cool, and I'm excited to see what new support this set can get in the upcoming kind of set of Chaos Impact. So the whole mechanic behind this deck is when you control... It's basically a mixture of light and dark monsters, so you can play BLS and Chaos Envoy in this deck as well. It's quite funny because you could have played the Chaos Dragons in here as well. But the whole idea is there's a dark version and a light version of the cards. So I'll quickly find the light version there. So there we go. As you can see, you've got the dark version to the right and the light version to the left. And at this moment in time, we only have two different monsters and we have two field spells. Now the field spells again are light and dark, so they kind of operate in tandem. So you tribute the black off, you get out you tribute the dark off, you get out the light. You tribute the light off, you get out the dark, and it kind of just circles itself round. The exact same thing for the field spell, but they can be very, very disruptive. So the Dark Knight or the Black Knight, if it's special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you select one card on the field and destroy it during your main or battle phase. If Dream Mirror of Joy is in the field spell, so the light field spell. Quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon out one. Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight from the deck, you can only use the effect once per turn. So the whole idea is you bring this guy out during the battle phase, get an extra 28 on, and then you bring it, tag it out, and you get the 2800 Defender of the light monster out as well. And then we do have a level 1 that does the exact same thing. One of them searches, and I believe one of them special summons from the hand. So that's kind of how you get the big guys like this out on the board nice and easy. But enough going through it. We're going to show you the exact profile, exactly what we've played. I'll explain why we play the certain ratios that we do as we go. Okay, so we start off with, of course, we max out on all of the brand new monsters, and we do play triple Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight. Of course, I will be picking up my other two copies this weekend. I didn't see as many as I would have liked to at the sneak peek, and I couldn't pick up the rest. But like I said, this one is, if it's special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you target one card on the field, destroy it. Now this can be summoned by two different versions, the light version of itself and the dark version of the Iquitos. 2800 beta, and it just kind of gets a bit of protection from the field spells as well. Moving on to Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight. So this is the white counterpart to the Black Knight. This one is, if it's special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you can activate this effect. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn. During the main phase or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Terror is in the field zone, you quick effect, you contribute this card, special summon one Morpheus, the Dream Mirror Black Knight from your deck. Only use the effect once per turn. So obviously you've got your defensive and you've got your offensive. Moving on to Iquitos, we'll do the Dark Iquitos first, that probably makes sense. So again, we play triple of the Dark Iquitos, the Dream Mirror Mara. This one is, if it is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you can special summon one Dream Mirror monster from your hand, except itself. During the main phase or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Joy is in a field zone, you can tribute this card, special summon one Iquitos, the Dream Mirror Sprite from your deck. Only use the effect once per turn. So, as modern day decks usually do, they work with a bit of synergy. So we do play 3 Iquitos, the Mirrored Sprite. This one is, if it is special summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster, you get to add one Dream Mirror card from your deck to your hand, except itself. During the main phase or battle phase, if Dream Mirror of Terror is in the field zone, quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon one Iquitos Dream Mirror Mara from your deck. So the idea is this one searches you out your Dark Knight, or the Black Knight, and then during your opponent's turn, you would tribute off your Sprite to bring out your Mara. Mara will then special summon out the Black Knight, which gives you a pop effect, and kind of build your board and go off from there. So, for monsters outside of the archetype, we do play the one Darkest Diablos Lord of Lair, purely because we do play, or all our monsters tribute themselves, so the Black Knight and of course the Mara are dark monsters, so once they tribute themselves, you can special summon out Diablos. You can then use Diablos' effect to tribute off one of the other monsters and make your opponent lose one card in their hand. It's a 3k beta that cannot be targeted, which is very, very cool. And when we get the field spells, you'll see that how the field spells make this even better. So for the hand traps, you can pretty much play any mixture of hand traps you want. We've got Ashes and Ogres in here right now of 2 and 2. You can play Phantasmes if you've got them. You can play Veilers, you can play Lanciers. Anything you kind of want to main, you can do. The deck has a bit of flexibility in the hand trap area, purely because we only have 4 monsters for the archetype right now. Moving on to the spells, we do play triple Dream Mirror of Terror. So during the end phase, you can banish this card, activate 1 Dream Mirror of Joy directly from your hand or deck. Only use the effect once per turn. Each time your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. This effect only applies while you control a Dark Dream Mirror monster. And then we do play triple Dream Mirror of Joy. Now you do need to max out on these purely because they can be recycled, but they do also tribute themselves off or banish themselves to get out their counterparts. So the Dream Mirror of Joy is during the end phase, you can banish this card, activate 1 Dream Mirror of Terror directly from your hand or deck. Only use each effect once per turn. Dream Mirror monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects or their monsters attacked, except the Dream Mirror monster with the highest level. This effect only applies while you control a light Dream Mirror. So the whole idea of that one is you're going to make your opponent have to attack your Dream Mirror White Knight, which has a 2800 booty, and that's going to give you a bit of protection from your lower levels of Iquitos and of course Mara, because they do only have 500 attack, 0 attack. So you want to be able to protect them as best as you possibly can, and that is where the Dream Mirrors come into play. We then play 3 Pot of Extravagance because they do not rely on the extra deck. These can be desires if you want. You could technically, if you wanted to, play Duality, but the Duality will just slow you down a little bit in the sense that you would have to be a bit more cautious when setting up your field spells and hope that you actually have the cards in hand ready to kind of disrupt your opponent the next turn. I'll show you kind of like an ideal combo scenario at the end of this video, just so you can kind of see how the deck operates a little bit. Now, because your monsters do tribute themselves and then special summon or add from the deck, you do need to have your Call by the Grave because you do want to make sure that all of your effects go off. You need to make sure your mirrors, luckily, they actually activate so they can't get ashed from the deck when you banish them during the end phase. But you do need your Maras and your, well, let's say your Maras get special summon time, but you need your Iquitos' sprites to go off. And then you also need the abilities of, let me just double check this one, special summoning your Black Knight from the deck. So you need to make sure that both your light targets are going off. So that's why you need to max out on Call by the Grave. But then for the one-offs, we play the 1 Upstart Goblin, the 1 Terraform because you can choose either of the 2 field spells, and the 1 1-for-1 because your Iquitos sprite and of course your Mara are level 1. So being able to get them on the board without a normal summon can be very, very useful. Then we play triple of the Trap card, which is really, really cool. So Dream Mirror Fantasy. If you control a Dream Mirror monster, target 1 each of your banished Dream Mirror of Joy and Dream Mirror of Terror, shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, banish 1 card on the field, again, non-targeting. If a Dream Mirror card or card you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So I showed you how easy it is, or I told you how easy it is for your field spells to banish themselves, put themselves into the banish zone. You can search this off of your sprite as a nice defensive play. So the ideal combo is you actually end the board, or during your opponent's turn, you have this trap that's now active to banish a card, and you have a Black Knight in hand. So you get to banish 1 card without targeting, and then pop a card, and then you're sitting on a Dream Mirror of either Joy, which protects your monsters by battle, or means you have to attack the 2800. Or you've then used it to go into your Dream Mirror of Terrors, which is going to burn your opponent for 300 every time they special summon a monster. So it's all very, very good. I've then got the triple Impermanence. Again, such a good hand trap right now. And then even if you set it, it can shut off one of the columns. We've then got double Crackdown. This can be pretty much anything you want. Another kind of floodgate stun card I was thinking of was Summon Limit, purely because technically if you do it right, you shouldn't have to be summoning more than 2 times per turn. However, the deck, if it does go off well enough, can do that. So one of the battle combos you can actually make is you attack with your Light Knight, dealing 1000 damage, then you tag it out during the battle phase for the Black Knight, and the Black Knight then does an additional 2800 damage. So you do have the way to kind of circle that around. And then we've got the one metaverse, because the field spells are actually quite important in this deck. So if your opponent does pop one of your field spells, being able to metaverse it back, or one of the other ones, can actually cause them a lot of issues. Then moving on to the extra deck. Now, I couldn't find my third link reroll, which is really annoying, but I would max out on this purely because it is one of the only ones in the extra deck that you can use and abuse just by linking this off into one of your level 1s. You do not rely on the extra deck whatsoever. It's all about your main deck monsters right now, which is why we play Extravagance. But for those cards that are actually of some use to you, you kind of want to max out of 3 of, which is why we also play triple Nightmare Phoenix, triple Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, because I ain't got 3 unicorns, that's just madness. And then for the side deck, because we do play Super Poly, we've got triple Mud Dragon, because purely it's just more generic right now. You could put the Salaman Great Link in here as well, the Salaman Great Fusion in here as well, if you feel that your locals is going to have them flourish and be more highly represented. This is just quite generic because it's a Super Poly target, with it now being at 3, that pretty much hits any deck that plays 2 monsters of the same attribute, but different type. So, you know, a couple of your rogue decks you can actually hit quite easy with this this card over the rest. And then of course we've got 2 Starving Venoms, because, you know, Thunder Dragons are still a thing, and so are Orcus, so double darks on the board. Being able to play a Super Poly, which they can't respond to, and then getting into a big beater of Starving Venom is always going to be useful. So that is it for the deck profile itself. It requires a bit of build up, and I'll probably do a test down video for you guys just to kind of see how it operates in full swing, because it is very, very specific, which is why at this moment in time it's not like, you know, it's not Spiral level, it's not Cosmo level. It is one of the weaker ones they've brought out, not even a word, they have brought out, but I still think it has a bit of potential, and you never know what, all it takes is one card. Like, we've seen what Double Helix did to Spirals. All it takes is one card to take a TCG exclusive deck to a whole new level. So you've got to be very, very careful when you're picking stuff up like this. I highly advise picking up TCG exclusives. I mean, Dangers were always going to be good, but you pick them up cheap at the start, and then they got better the more support they got. So yeah, with TCG exclusive, I'll definitely pick them up. I think I picked up this one today for about £7.50 as the pre-order prices on eBay. So while it's still under the radar, pick up the copies of the Ultras. They're the hard ones to pick up. I picked up the Ultra Light for about £10 as well. The rest are Supers, so you can pick them up for like £1, £2 each. So pick these up, have a bit of fun with them, play around with it, see how you feel, and then, you know, you're not losing out huge amounts of money if it does bomb, but if it doesn't, you can still have a bit of fun and be quite disruptive on your opponent with it as well. Anyway, I hope you like this. I hope this gives you a nice little explanation of what Dream Mirrors can do. So I will try and bring you like a combo or test time video for this deck to try and show you in a bit more depth what the deck can do. But for now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out of any of the videos that we're bringing you, with updates from Rising Rampage, as well as other little decks that I'm still working on. So we're working on a TG at the moment. We've also got a Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dark update coming for you guys. We also have... I'm working on an Evil Hero build before the new support, and I'm also trying to work on a character deck for Jaden Season 1 of GX, and I feel Joe is working on a Season 2 version for you guys as well, so we're kind of building up towards that. But for now, thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, share, and as always guys, happy dueling. What's up YouTube, Dad here from War Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.